Have you heard the news about how?
There is no
Everyone in the
fool
city
like a
now.
drunken
How's your
fool.
brother?
So Mother wants... May I help you? He's alive then? Your take...
Sin. Conscience of any man simply for wishing Randon Howe dead. You've met him. The man made vipers seem personal.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar. You won't find better.
Another visitor in my store. My cousin and I have trade. Caesar handles the trade stock. I handle other affairs. Business deals, meetings. Caesar makes it so No, I am not. I am a... It has been many, many years since I have seen her. But the luck...
If not, move along.
Dwarven crafts. Welcome. Welcome. In times like this, Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Orzammar.
Be careful with that package, Elizabeth. It's worth more than you're making to.
Good day. Come. For you, perhaps? The oils are very relaxing and smelling. People judge with their noses as well as their ears and eyes. But you look more armed than most of my patrons. Perhaps you seek the armor smith, Wade. Much of the city is circle and so. And if your thirst is strong, head to... I am from Orlais. You've heard of us, no? Your Denerim is a fine city, but I miss my Varroyo. What I miss most are the clothes. Fine wools, but I like the people of this city very much.
As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God.
What is it? I've worked...
You've returned, Warden. I heard it in passing. It is said there are few, aren't we all? I mean, you know, I'm afraid my appetite for... Personally, I...
You're back. You need something?
Don't stare at me, child. I can have my father from his couch if I touch.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over.
Message for you, milady. More things to deliver. Goodbye.
Warden, I am not surprised it has come to this. And Alistair, if you were even remotely worthy of being called Merrick's son, you would already be in the Landsmeet. Now wouldn't you? You have torn Ferelden apart to oppose the very man who ensured you were born into freedom. But do not think you will get past me to desecrate the Landsmeet itself. The nobles of Ferelden will confirm my lord as regent, and we can finally put this to rest once you are gone. You say that with such righteousness. Loghain used to have that ring in his voice. He has not sounded that way in many months now. It is not so clear an enemy when it is your own people you fight. What was he supposed to do? You and Eamon were harassing him at every side, forcing him to empty the treasury to fight you. He never wanted a civil war. After Kaelin died, everyone was supposed to rally, come together to fight the Darkspawn without crying to Orlais for aid. He never anticipated Merrick's bastard would challenge the throne and force this war. Kaelin was a fool. He grew up a spoiled child in his ancestors' palace. He never knew what it was to be hunted, to starve. Maybe the Grey Wardens killed him, or maybe my lord let him die of his own foolishness. Either way, it may have saved Ferelden. You think war is simple, don't you, Warden? You only fight monsters. No one sheds a tear over the death of an ogre. Torture is an ugly business. But sometimes it's the only way to learn what your enemy intends. And it is much harder to tell who the enemy is when all of them look like you. I can end the threat to our...
Can't do that.
I await your command. So, full of questions. I await your command. We are hardly alone, so privacy is...
At your service. Of course. Never what? Had a good pair of shoes? I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Oh, so that's what we're talking about. I admit I've never had a woman just come out and ask me like this, that's for sure. I, myself, never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know. Well, living in the Chantry is... Of course you are, and you know it. You're ravishing, resourceful, and all those... That's what I'm here for. Let us be off then. At your service. Of course. You never asked? No, please don't think... The thing is... And then after the battle, when I should have told you... I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. I should have told you, anyway. It was important for you to know. They treat me... I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it. I certainly don't want to be king. For all the good it does me. And now Arleman plans to put me forward as the heir. It never ends, does it? For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do. I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go. At your service. Of course. Have you seen the uniform? That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight. On confession day, we could go all night. Being a Templar isn't all about chasing men in skirts and hiding behind priests, you know. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring. Poke, poke. The truth of the matter is, I felt like Al-Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. The educate... I never... What about you? Do you have anywhere... Really? I guess I like the sound of that. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... Well, though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way, I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. Anyhow, at your service. Of course. You mean other than becoming a Grey Warden? You know, I asked Duncan this too. And all oh, it's not that Duncan wants to keep it a secret. It's just the first change I'd slurp down every dinner like it was my last. My face all covered in gravy. When I'd look up, more like an initiate. Oh, and then there were the nightmares. And when we sleep, it's even worse. You learn to block it out after a while. Some people never have one. Everyone ends up the same. Once you reach a certain age, the real nightmares come. Oh, that's right. Well, the taint. It's a death sentence. Ultimately, you'll always find Darkspawn down where the dwarves are. Not that there's a shortage of Darkspawn during a... And you wondered why we kept the joining a secret from the new recruits. You think if we asked for volunteers that Grey Wardens would exist? Maybe a few. You wouldn't be here. Neither would I, probably. And the Blight needs to be stopped. You know, Duncan... He started having the nightmares again. I guess he got what he wanted. I just wish it had been something, you know. At your service. Of course. We also laughed more than you'd think. Not as Grey Wardens. Not while There was one Grey Warden who came, and the man could drink. He drank all the time. Sometimes. I'm told that Duncan walked in later on and saw it. Yes, it just struck me that I have nothing to remember Duncan by. Nothing at all. There's no body, not even a token of his that I could take with me. I just would have liked... Well... I'm wondering something. I'd like to know your thoughts about some of our traveling companions. How about Oghren? You must have an opinion on the smell, at the very least. Well, let's just... Though I suppose the point... What about Sten? The way he looks at me with those eyes... Creepy. The more I talk... And yet, he killed all those people. He doesn't even deny it. Doesn't that bother you? I'm not so sure that his regret means the same as it would for us. What about Liliana? Is she crazy? Or do you really believe in her vision? Even the Chantry believes that most claims of visions and such are usually people's minds playing tricks on them. Wishful thinking at best. I'm not sure what I think. Maybe you're right. It's not as if she could have known that we needed help so desperately. I don't know what to make of her. If you look at her when she doesn't see you, she just looks so sad. I almost feel guilty taking her away from her life. Yes, Morrigan. Do you trust her? Think about it. Maybe Flemeth sent her with her. Hello? Have you met her? I think she'd need a reason not to betray us. Well, there is that. Enough. I think At your service. Of course. Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and part. I do my best. What can I say? Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills. It's really for the best. I'm not exactly. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and oh, I suppose I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. He what? Come on. At your service. Of course. At your service. Of course. Sure, I could. I could even teach you, I suppose. Anyone who's been trained as a warrior. I guess if I'm going to give up Chantry secrets, I may as well go all the way. At your service. Well, we're not exactly alone. What did you have in mind? Fair enough.
You called. I am hardly surprised. So no one has a place here. Very well. Speak, then. Then I suggest we move on. As
I await your... So, full of... I await your command.
My lords and ladies of the Landsmeet, Tyrn Loghain would have us give up our freedoms, our traditions, out of fear. He placed us on this path, yet we should place our destiny in his hands? Must we sacrifice everything good about our nation to save it?
A fine performance, Aemon. But no one here is taken in by it. You would attempt to put a puppet on the throne, and every soul here knows it. The better question is who will pull the strings. Ah! Here we have the puppeteer. Tell us, Warden, how will the Orlesians take our nation from us? Will they deign to send their troops, or simply issue their commands through this would-be prince? What do they offer you? How much is the price of Ferelden honor now?
There are enough refugees in Mybanor now to make that abundantly clear.
The South is fallen, Loghain. Will you let Darkspawn take the whole country for fear of Orlais?
The Blight is indeed real, Wolf. But do we need Grey Wardens to fight it? They claim that they alone can end the Blight, yet they failed spectacularly against the Darkspawn at Ostagar. And they asked to bring with them 4 legions of Chevaliers. And once we open our borders to the Chevaliers, can we really expect them to simply return from whence they came? Hal was responsible for himself. He will answer to the Maker for any wrongs committed in this life, as must we all. But you know that. You were the one who murdered him. Whatever Hal may have done, he should have been brought before the Seneschal. There is no justice in butchering a man in his home. I assure you, Warden, if I were going to send someone, it would be my own soldiers. I would not trust to the discretion of an apostate.
Indeed, my brother tells a very different tale. He says you snatched a blood mage from the Chantry's justice. Coincidence?
Do not think the Chantry will overlook this, Tyrn Loghain. Interference in a Templar's sacred duties is an offense against the Maker.
Whatever I have done, I will answer for later. At the moment, however, I wish to know what this Warden has done with my daughter. You took my daughter, our queen, by force, killing her guards in the process. What arts have you employed to keep her? Does she even still live?
I believe I can speak for myself.
Lords and ladies of Ferelden, hear me. This warden has slandered and defamed Ferelden's greatest hero in a bid to put an impostor on Merrick's throne. Did he? Are you certain of that? I know my father. He would never do less than his utmost for the sake of his country. But I needed to know your mind, Warden. You could have proven yourself an ally of Ferelden. It is unfortunate for all of us that you did not.
Who here can say that Anora is not fit to rule this land? And who can say that this Alistair is? We know nothing of him, save that he may have royal blood. For 5 years, Anora has been queen, and proven herself worthy of the Theron name. She can lead our people through this crisis, and I can lead her armies. My lords and ladies, our land has been threatened before. It's been invaded and lost and won times beyond counting. We Fereldans have proven that we will never truly be conquered so long as we are united. We must not let ourselves be divided now. Stand with me, and we shall defeat even the Blight itself!
Southreach stands with the Grey Wardens.
Waking Sea stands with the Grey Warden.
No lesser man can lead our armies to victory. I stand with Loghain.
The Western Hills throw their lot in with the Wardens. Make her help us.
I stand by Loghain. We've no hope of victory otherwise.
I'm with Loghain. Who else could defeat the Blight? Loghain, I'm with you.
This bodes ill for us all.
The Landsmeet, following these I charge Eamon, take these to us.
Be wary. It's coming. I'll get him.
Maker's name, stop! We will have order.
Agreed. Let there be no further bloodshed in the Landsmeet.
Alistair's right to the throne is challenged. His challenger's honor is in doubt. In the past, such disputes were settled by duel. Will the Landsmeet agree?
Yes, if it will avoid further bloodshed. But it must be fought according to tradition, by strength of arms only, in single combat until one party yields. Do you accept the terms?
You know, I could have said that.
Then let us test.
to make us out.
Do you accept the terms?
For the Grey Wardens! So, there is some of Marek in you after all. Good.
Forget Marek. This is for Duncan.
So it is decided. Alistair will take his father's throne.
Wait, what? No! When did this get decided? Nobody's decided that. Have they?
He refuses the throne. Everyone here has heard him. I think it's clear then. He abdicates in favor of me.
I hardly think you're the appropriate person to mediate this, Honora. Warden, will you help us?
Strange. I feel like I'm back at the Abbey, trying not to get chosen last for the sparring teams. You're asking me? Well, I guess your options are give the crown to the woman who double-crossed us, or give the crown to me. Thrilling, I know. Frankly, I think you should give her the throne. I've never wanted it. But it's up to you. On the one hand, she did almost have us killed. On the other hand... No, there is no other hand. Don't make her queen. This wasn't exactly my first choice when we got to Denerim, but I know what we're up against. I know what's at stake. And after what she's already done, do we really trust her to help us? If that's the price of ending the Blight, it's my duty as a Grey Warden. Are there people who are ready for that sort of thing? But I guess if it comes down to it, I'll do my best. Oh, I think my stomach just twisted up in a knot or something. On the one hand, she did almost have us killed.
Certainly. I prefer to think of it as having staunch determination. Was there a point you wanted to make? To save my country. I couldn't stand by and watch Alistair ruin my people with his incompetence. I expect nothing. I have done what I deemed necessary for Ferelden. I assume you will do the same. Warden, there's no doubt on this subject. Alistair would be a disastrous king. I can lead Ferelden. I have...
As the arbiter of this dispute, what is your decision? Who will lead Ferelden?
Good choice.
Honora, the Landsmeet has decided against you. You must now swear fealty to our king, and relinquish all claim to the throne for yourself and your heirs.
If you think I will swear that oath, Eamon, you know nothing of me.
We cannot leave Ferelden in a state of civil war. We must have unity. If she will not swear fealty to you, Alistair, and renounce her claim to the throne, she is a threat to us all.
What do you want me to do exactly? Kill her? I can't do that. I guess... put her in the tower for now. Lock her up. Maybe we can find somewhere to send her. later.
Thank you, Alistair. You show me mercy that I would not have shown you.
Very well, then. Guards, take her away. Your Highness, would you address the Landsmeet?
Oh, that would be me, right? I never knew him, but from all I've heard of my father, what defined him was his commitment to protecting this land. I was getting there. Anyway, the blight, yes. I may be Merrick's son, but I am also a Grey Warden. I took an oath. I swore I would stand and fight the Darkspawn, no matter the cost to myself. I can't break that oath just to wear the crown. I have to go with my fellow Warden to face the Blight. When the Blight is over, I'll come back and take up my duties, whatever they are, as king. Until then, I think Al Eamon will have to be my regent.
Then I can do Merrick's memory no less honor than you do. I accept. And may the Maker bless your efforts against the Darkspawn.
My fellow Grey Warden will, I hope, take Loghain's place as the leader of my armies. Shall we finish this thing together? Everyone, get ready to march! It's going to take all of Ferelden's strength to survive this blight. But we will face it, and we'll defeat it! We'd better get going. Ferelden is depending on us. So, strange story. Tell me if you've heard this one. This fella gets made king, and then gets engaged, all on the same night. I'm not thrilled with the idea of being king. I never wanted it, I told you that, yet here I am. Not much to be done now. I suppose I'm more curious about, you know, the engagement. I like the idea, but are you sure? Oh, well, good then. They'll expect an heir, you know. With the taint in our blood, it's hard enough for a Grey Warden to have a child on their own. For two of them, every Grey Warden I knew who had children had them before they took the joining. Having an heir might not be possible. Wow. That is me blushing. It sure is. I suppose this is something we'll just have to deal with later. My coronation isn't going to happen for some time yet, and we've still the Darkspawn to fight. Al Eamon has left for Redcliffe, and he says the armies have almost finished gathering there. We should go to Redcliffe as soon as possible. If we don't deal with the Archdemon soon, it'll get cranky, and nobody wants that.
Attila, how many times I gotta tell you before it makes it through that pointy skull?
The Isle has gone back to Redcliffe.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
I await your command. So!
Here, look at this. Do you know what this is? I picked it in Lothering. I remember thinking, how could something so beautiful exist in a place with so much despair and ugliness? I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. The Darkspawn would come and their taint would just destroy it. So I've had it ever since. I thought that I might give it to you, actually. In a lot of ways, I think the same thing when I look at you. I'm glad you like it. I was just thinking, here I am doing all this complaining, and you haven't exactly been having a good time of it yourself. You've had none of the good experience of being a Grey Warden since your joining. Not a word of thanks or congratulations. It's all been death and fighting and tragedy. I thought maybe I could say something. Tell you what a rare and wonderful thing you are to find amidst all this darkness. Haha, you won't land me that easily, woman. I know I'm quite the prize, after all. No need to start crying on me or anything. I guess it was just a stupid impulse. I don't know. Was it the wrong one? I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on past this awkward, embarrassing stage and get right to the steamy bits, I'd appreciate it. Ha ha! Bluff called. Damn, she saw right through me. Well, it doesn't have to be a bluff. It's just that we're not alone. I will be standing over here until the blushing. Yes. Well, we're in camp. Now's as good a time. Oh! Yes. Well, we're in camp. No, I can't. Yes. Well, aha! Yes. Of course.
Yes.
Indeed.
Here, look at this. Do you know what this is? I picked it. I probably should have left it alone, but I couldn't. A Darkspawn. I thought that I might give it to you, actually. I'm glad you've had none of the good. I thought maybe I could say something. I'm glad you like it. Now, if we could move right on. Ha ha. Bluff. Well, I suppose we are in the camp. The tent's right over there. This is true. I'll be...
Got it. Isn't there something better we could be doing? Killing things, perhaps?
Yes. Well... Oh!
Enchantment?
Oh. Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Yes.
Indeed.
I see enemies ahead. Wipe them out!
I am led to understand that the Qunari have their own mages as well. Is this so?
You would not understand.
Not understand? Is it mental capacity that you believe I lack? Or are you worried I will sympathize with my so-called brethren?
Take your pick.
Is that supposed to make me angry?
It means I find myself wishing that your people held proper, civilized attitudes towards magic.
That is a rather hostile thing to say.
And yet you continue speaking. Astonishing.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters.
So the hunters were cured, but not by the creators. Denaila's scarf. So I was right. But what became of her? She told you that. Here. Now I should go and make arrangements. I must mourn my wife as is proper.
Who is it? Who's our new
They
king?
don't know how close they came to losing it.
Thank the ancestors.
Good for whoever got them to pull their heads up.
I've told you what I can, I swear. Oh!
Draw your weapon.
Are you talking to me?
Your weapon. Draw it.
Why? Are we under attack?
I want to see what you can do.
You want to fight me? Just like that?
You are a Grey Warden. How are you going to face an archdemon if you cannot face me?
It is a mystery, I'll admit.
I should let your weakness damn us all? Draw your sword. I'll try not to injure you permanently.
I don't have to prove anything to you, forget it.
So you do have a spine. Pity you don't use it. You called. As you wish.
We have a king. The gold will flow again. All is well if trade is open. I'll take business over a cat. Someone has to. Yes, maybe it'll change by the time. My grandfather says I've lost. But
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Logain isn't dead. It's not true, is it? My sister told me about that.
Red, please. greedy. Wow, what was I saying? Right.
What have you there? A mirror? It is just the same as the mirror which Flemeth smashed on the ground so long ago. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly. You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift, not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful, truly.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
Darkspawn. Slay them all!
What can I do? Isn't there something better we could be doing? Killing things, perhaps?
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, we're in camp. Fair enough.
Indeed. Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Redcliffe? I know little of it except that it is the domain of the Earl of Redcliffe. Is the clay here red? The blood of 1,000... Perhaps Redcliffe has one such tale. Yes? Well, here I am.
It's Andraste's mercy that you got here when you did. I thought for sure these monsters just a few hours ago. I thought I could make it to my home and back before they got here, but it took me too long to get down here. What a relief you arrived. By now, yes, they'd have reached the castle walls. I'm going to get out of here before...
What is it?
Darkspawn.
This'll be fun. Take a preserver.
Now's better than later.
Darkspawn. They just crop up everywhere, don't they?
You should run while you can. I'll try to be merciful.
My lady, you're here. Thank goodness. Some did, yes. I was told to watch for your arrival, Warden. Your comrade Riordan arrived just ahead of the Darkspawn attack. He has urgent news for you. I should take you to...
It's a relief to see you unharmed. And you as well, Alistair. Or should I say your majesty?
No, I wouldn't say that. Not yet, anyway.
The Darkspawn that attacked Redcliffe were relatively few in number, I'm afraid. It was assumed the Horde was marching in this direction, but that is not true.
Riordan tells us that the bulk of the Horde is in fact heading towards Denerim. They are perhaps 2 days away from the capital.
What? Are we sure about that? I mean, if that's true...
I ventured close enough to listen in, as it were. I am quite certain.
Word has been sent that they need more than warning. They need our armies.
There is, I'm afraid, one other piece. The Archdemon has shown itself. The
Maker preserve us.
But we can't reach Denerim within 2 days.
We must begin a forced march to the capital immediately with what we have. Denerim must be defended at all costs.
Perhaps not. But what is important is that we know where the Archdemon will be. If we do not defeat the Archdemon, and only the Grey Wardens can defeat the Archdemon. That is why we must go.
Then we march, and hope the army we've collected here gives us the chance we need. Al-Eamon, how long before the army can set out?
By daybreak.
Then let's get them ready. I won't let all those people die without giving them a chance.
Then you don't know. Of course not. You're both new recruits Duncan wouldn't have expected.
I will give the orders at once.
That would...
Perhaps you and Alistair should meet me before you retire for the evening.
I will have someone show you to your rooms.
You called. As you wish. And what word have we from more?
Yes. House Clorette's feud with House Romuald has flared up again since their son died in that Deep Roads business.
Fine time to start with that nonsense again. I've half a mind to... Nothing that can be dealt with.
Once all of this blight business is done, there will be a reckoning in the Assembly.
They're probably half hoping we'll all wind up dead.
Enough to face the dark...
It was our good fortune that you decided to go to Orzammar when you did, Grey Warden. Resting? Who can rest after the march we had just getting here?
That and we're kept up thinking about the...
Are things truly that desperate? Do we stand a chance of losing? There's a reason to get drunk.
Right. Off to camp with both of you, and keep the drunkenness to a minimum. We have a long way to go yet. Pleasant evening to you.
There you are. There you are. Let's go see what we ordered.
You're both here. Good. Please know I assumed you had already been told. Otherwise I would have told you this when you freed me in Denerim. I'm sorry.
What is it? What are you apologizing for?
Tell me, have you ever wondered why the Grey Wardens are needed to defeat the Darkspawn? It is no exaggeration, I'm afraid. The Archdemon may be slain, as any other Darkspawn. But should any other than a Grey Warden do the slaying, it will not be enough. The essence of the beast will pass through the taint to the nearest Darkspawn and will be reborn anew in that body. The dragon is thus all but immortal. But if the Archdemon is slain by a Grey Warden, its essence travels into the Grey Warden instead. A Darkspawn is an empty, soulless vessel, but a Grey Warden is not. The essence of the Archdemon is destroyed, and so is the Grey Warden.
Meaning the Grey Warden who kills the Archdemon dies?
Yes. Without the Archdemon, the blight ends. It is the only way. As far as we know, the transfer of the Archdemon's essence, there is no other way. For what it's worth, we keep it secret for the same reason the joining is kept. And yet there must be Grey Wardens. Without us, there is no hope. It warms my heart. If possible, the final blow should be mine to make. But if I fail, the deed falls on you. But enough.
I will see you once the army is ready to march, then.
That it...
Yes, of course. Yes. Well, we're not exactly alone. What? Yeah. Well, we're not. Oh, never mind.
Do not be alarmed. It is only I. I am well. 'Tis you who are in danger. I have a plan, you see. A way out. The loop in your hole. I know what happens when the Archdemon dies. I know a Grey Warden must be sacrificed, and that sacrifice could be you. I have come to tell you that this does not need to be. I offer a way out for all the Grey Wardens, that there need be no sacrifice. A ritual, performed on the eve of battle, in the dark of night. Perhaps, but that price need not be so unbearable, especially if there is much to be gained. All I ask is that you listen to what I have to offer, nothing more. What I propose is this. Convince Alistair to lay with me, here tonight, and from this ritual, a child shall be conceived within me. The child will bear the taint, and when the Archdemon is slain, its essence will seek the child like a beacon. At this early stage, the child can absorb that essence and not perish. The Archdemon is still destroyed, with no Grey Warden dying in the process. Not at all. It will become something different. A child born with the soul of an old god. After this is done, you allow me to walk away, and you do not follow. Ever. The child will be mine to raise as I wish. As you wish. Ignoring that after but one night it could barely be called a child, no, it will not be hurt. It will be changed. Allow me to say that what I seek is the essence of the old god that once was, and not the dark forces that corrupted it. Some things are worth preserving in this world. Make of that what you will. I do not wish to tell you. The child will represent freedom, For an ancient power, a chance to be reborn apart from the taint. Is that not reason enough to do it? I will raise the child apart from the rest of society and teach it to respect that from which it came. Beyond that, you need know nothing else. I have no doubt he may, but he will not. It is all I ask for in return. Then you have decided? Even if I thought Riordan could be convinced, he is unsuitable. I need one who has not been tainted for long. It must be him, and it must be tonight. This is what my mother intended when she sent me with you. She was the one who first gave me this ritual and told me of what I was meant to do. This does not surprise you, does it? Did you not wonder why Flemeth? What is important is that I am offering this to you now. A wise decision.
I see you can't sleep either. I also saw Morrigan outside your room earlier, and the look she gave me. Ooh, that was icy even for her. Is something up? Not really. All these men look at me, and I see it in their eyes. I'm their king. Suddenly it feels so real. But now you're changing the subject. This isn't about me, this is about Morrigan. I'm tired, but I'm not stupid. What did she want? Oh. I guess whatever Morrigan had to say, it's big. This is what I get for becoming king. Everyone always brings you the bad news. So what is it then? Rats running amok? Cheese supplies run low? I can take it. I do, and I feel the same. But why tell me now? Why so ominous all of a sudden? You mean with the archdemon, right? If you mean running away, I can't do that, but you don't mean that, do you? What is this about? Cute. This is payback, right, for all the jokes? But you're not joking. You're actually serious? Wow. Be killed by the archdemon or sleep with Morrigan. How does someone make that kind of choice? You're not actually asking me this, are you? What kind of ritual is this, anyway? What? I must be hearing things, but are you telling me to impregnate Morrigan in some kind of magical sex rite? This child, why would Morrigan want such a thing? Does she want an heir to the throne? Now, there's a conversation I'm looking forward to. Look, even if I was willing to entertain this idea, and I'm not saying I am, is this really what you want me to do? Are you sure? All right, I do trust you, and I'll do it. Oh, where is she? Let's go and get this over with before I change my mind.
Twould seem your talk is done.
Great. This isn't a dream after all.
What is it to be, then? Has a decision been reached?
Wait. I want to ask about this child. The one you want.
Interesting. Honesty wouldn't have been my first choice.
I just want to be sure that you're not going to use this against Ferelden. That this bastard child of mine isn't going to show up some year.
Of that, you have my word.
Oh, why don't I feel any better about this? All right. Let's just get this over with.
Let us go somewhere more private, Alistair, and believe me when I say you will not hate this quite so much as you believe.
We have gathered all the forces we can. The Darkspawn Horde is sure to reach the capital before us. And so we must race to Denerim as quickly as we can. The lives of many thousands hang in the balance. We must not forsake them. You have gathered an army to replace the one lost at Ostagar, Grey Warden. Let us pray that it will be enough.
Before us stands the might of the Darkspawn Horde. Gaze upon them now, but fear them not. This woman beside me is a native of Ferelden, risen to the ranks of the Grey Wardens. She is proof that glory is within reach of us all. She has survived despite the odds, and without her none of us would be here. Today, we saved Denerim. Today, we avenged the death of my brother King Kaelan. But most of all, today, we show the Grey Wardens that we remember and honor their sacrifice. For Ferelden, for the Grey Wardens!
Isn't there something better we could be doing? Killing things, perhaps? I'll get it.
You will learn to fear me! No mercy!
Twisted creatures! Got it. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my back? No end to these blasted things.
Press forward!
I can't do that.
Fall for Reldin!
You have something to say, do you? I see. Let me talk then, and you shall listen. I shall be brief. What was done had to be done. I regret it not. Let us not complicate matters further. Yes. I see. You are welcome, and thank you. This means everything to me. You cannot know. Now let us finish this and be done.
Twisted creature!
You have something to say, do you? There is much to be done.
Yes. Of course. Yes. Well, we're not exactly alone. What did you have in mind? Fair enough.
Yes? Denerim, she is Ferelden's harp. Yes?
You've managed to fight your way to the gates. We're doing better than I hoped.
That will change quickly.
Bloody Nug Runners are outnumbered 3 to 1.
What are we to do now, Riordan? You have a plan, I assume?
The army will not last long, so I suggest taking Alistair and no more than 2 others with you into the city. Anyone you don't bring with you can remain here to prevent more A large group is only going to draw. We're going to need to reach a high point in the city.
The top of... You want...
We have little choice, though I can sense 2 generals in Denerim. You may wish to seek them out.
I am sure that if we did slay those generals, it would stop the Darkspawn in the city from doing a lot of harm.
It may also waste resources trying to find them. There are already set now.
Yes.
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 Fair enough. Anyone else will need to remain here and assist in keeping more Darkspawn from coming in the gates behind us.
Fine.
Good. Nothing you have...
Well, this is it, Warden. When from the blood of battle the stone is fed, let the heroes prevail and the blighters lie dead. As one of the blighters, I sodding salute you. Let's show them our hearts, and then show them theirs.
Are you ready? The enemy waits. Shall we grant him the death he asks of us? This is my place. Whatever happens, I will not falter. We will take the field and stand together to see our enemy fall.
So this is it? This is the end? We've come so far. It's strange knowing that all our fates will be decided in a matter of hours. I wish I could go with you. Be safe, friend, and may the Maker smile fortune on you.
After all that, I will not be going with you? I would still see this to the end, but so be it. Let us part ways now. You go your way, to your destiny, and I go my way, to mine. Go then, slay the Archdemon. Live gloriously and well.
So, this could be it. Soon this will be finished. One way or another. You put more faith in Morrigan than I would in your shoes. Just remember that her ritual doesn't protect us from getting squished by the Archdemon. So let's kick its ass. hope most of the people were able to flee on ships before the Horde got here.
You have something to say, do you? Then let us...
Kill those godless bastards!
We're counting on you, Warden!
Make her watch over you!
It's you! There's a large group of Darkspawn approaching and the gates won't hold. We need your help. Run!
Alistair here.
There is always waiting, isn't there?
Ah!
course.
Beware! A large group of Darkspawn have broken away from the battle! They're charging this way! They'll be here any minute! to break through!
Darkspawn, straight ahead. Yes?
Darkspawn. Slay them all!
Going to break through.
Of course. More foul Darkspawn. So be it. I forgive. As you wish.
Straight ahead.
Shall I send word that the gates are secured? Right away.
all! Kill them all!
As you say.
Got it. Of course.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden? Arl Rendon Howe? The Earl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you? You are the last of the Couslands? I had no idea, my lady. There is nothing I can take heart, dear friend. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden? Sometimes it gives me, you were chosen.
Twisted creatures! I'll get on it. course.
Enchantment? Enchantment! Enchantment? 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 Enchantment!
I'll go again.
As you say. I love
tactic. Fight ankle.
I'll get on it. Get you. All right, all right. Got it.
Fight
Now's better than later. Got it. Excellent.
Go! And then it was over. With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come, but the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king. Grey Warden stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the Archdemon remains with us still. An inspiration to all she saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I formally present my betrothed, who will soon be your queen. My friend, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. As a reward, and as an engagement present, I offer you a boon of your choice. Now that's a very good point. I think we can begin with a monument here in Denerim, dedicated to the Grey Wardens who have fallen. Duncan, Riordan, all of them. And it is high time some scholars were collected to learn more about the Darkspawn. We'll face them again, with the dwarves as well as here. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? I assume with the wedding you will be remaining in Ferelden. Well, I didn't want to come right out and say it, but I'm relieved you'll be nearby. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready.
When I heard that my little sister was not only a Grey Warden, but also leading Ferelden into battle, I was surprised, to put it mildly. Father, he would have been so proud of you. I know I am. You've done good. I'm not sure you wouldn't have just been wasting your time, to be honest. I never made it to the battle at Ostagar. We were still scouting in the wilds when we were attacked by a party of Darkspawn. Most of my men were killed. I woke up 2 weeks later in a Chase-Ind hut, wounded and feverish. By the time I was able to sneak out of the wilds, you were already marching to Denerim. I tried to get word to High Ever. You can imagine what happened, I suppose. Hal was a greedy, traitorous bastard. I just wish I'd been there to help you kill him. At least Amranthine now belongs to the Grey Wardens. There's some justice in that, I think. I need to go back to High Ever. See if I can clean up the mess Hal made of it. I will see you soon, I hope. Good. Take care of yourself, you hear? Or I'll find you and nag you like Mother did until you're ready to tear out your hair. Go on. I'll make sure I see you before I head back to High Ever.
It is over. I can barely believe. On behalf of Ferelden, allow me to say thank you. It truly cannot be said enough. Well, let's not tell the masses just yet. As far as they're concerned, it's good that you're staying here in the capital. The hero, myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take over the rule of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor seems well enough, and Isolde refuses to speak of what happened. She says she never will. I cannot. Tell me, have you noticed anything strange about the lad? He seems quiet. You won't. But here I am rambling on.
So here we are. The conquering heroine has won the day, and now she takes her bow and exits the stage. A fine ending. And my part was small. I'm happy to watch you receive the accolades. It's quite fun. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. I've been asked by the Chantry to return to the Urn of Sacred Ashes. I need to make sure it's protected. Maybe build... Oh no! It will be a grand adventure of my very own. I'm looking forward to it. At any rate, if I write a tale about all this, I'm leaving out details on the food.
The hero of Ferelden. My. How does it feel? Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing, but it's not so bad, is it? A blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better? I don't think I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. At any rate, I'm certain you will enjoy yours well. Oh, I'm certain you... Thank you for what you... All this talk is tiring. I think it is time for me to...
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt... Well, that pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong. Maybe. Swing around in a few months or so, and if I've been good traveling...
They call you Hero. I have not heard it used before, but I think I understand the intent. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud. When a Kunoran Vel is declared, certainly. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness. It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions. I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you. Yes, I suspect Parvolin will not look the same as it once did. My views have changed a little. It must be said. You found my sword and gave me a chance to restore my honor. I owe you a great debt. It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps I shall see you again one day. Until then, may you always find the path you seek. Farewell, Kadan.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowds outside are getting restless. Let me know.
So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? The odds were completely against one of us actually getting to the Archdemon. But of course you would make it. I knew you would. I guess Morrigan was telling the truth after all. About the ritual. The rest of the Grey Wardens haven't arrived yet from Morlaix. But they've already sent questions. What should I tell them? That a Maleficar saved you and then ran off to have my demon baby? That has a certain ring to it, right? No, I suppose I'll just keep that to myself. I can shrug and look stupid. It's a talent. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went? I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything. I'm just concerned about what that ritual is going to cost eventually. At any rate, I guess we'll be married soon. Do you find that strange? If there was anyone I could have picked, it would have been you. So I'm good with it. I'll let you get to your adoring public. The crowd is waiting for you outside. Speak more often.
Are you ready, my lady? The crowd's outside. Right.